Okay, hello. I'm on the iPhone at the moment for reasons of convenience because I wanted to do a quick tour of the latest iteration of my video setup here in my home office. Apologies for the sound. One neighbour is having renovations done. The neighbour at the other side is got a gardener in, trimming the hedges, cutting the grass. I've got the tumble dryer on downstairs. It's an audio nightmare. We'll see what we can do in post, but the main thing, of course, is the visuals. So let's take a look at what we've got. So here's the setup. Still got the sit stand desk. I've got my headphones. These are new. Those are the Sony XM5s instead of the XM4s. Noise cancelling is amazing. That's just the Wi-Fi thing. I built it out to save on some desk space. I've still got this MagSafe mount for putting the iPhone to get desk shots of the tablet or whatever else I'm doing. Still got the split keyboard, it's ZSA Voyager Magic Trackpad. I built this slide out thing for my musical keyboard, or rather MIDI controller. But the main thing is the YouTubing setup. Still got the iPad here. My main computer is an iPad. Don't use anything else. Got a Thunderbolt hub, got a Thunderbolt enclosure or USB 4, same thing, and a WD Black SSD in there for storing all the stuff. I've got a big softbox that's 60 by 60 centimeters. Pretty tall tripod mount, you can just barely see in there. It's remote controlled, which is super handy. It's got 10 different levels of color, temperature, and 10 different levels of brightness, which is pretty good. This is the camera setup. What we've got here is a Sony ZV-E10 Mark II, the one that's just out earlier this month. I've got a Rode, VideoMic Go 2 up there. It just runs 3.5mm out straight into the camera. There's a USB-C port on the other side if you want to hook up to something else. This is just an extra MagSafe mount, for when I was previously doing talking head stuff with this phone that I'm holding. On the E10, we've got the pretty classic now, Sigma 16mm 1.4 f1.4 lens, absolutely beautiful. And I've got on a wee tripod with a quick release here, and I've got the same quick release on my other tripod. This is much taller that I can use for different situations. So, oh sorry, what's under here? This is a neutral density filter whose outside has got a bigger thread than the inside, so also a separate lens cap to go on if I'm using that, but I'm not using it at the moment. So how do we get set up for shooting in here? I'm on the upper floor, and there's a lot of wide open sky up here, and this is Edinburgh in Scotland, so the conditions are constantly changing. The clouds will come over, it'll rain, it'll get really sunny. It's lovely right now, but it's going to be raining pretty soon, and the problem is controlling the lighting environment, particularly when there are things in here that kind of bounce a lot of light, like the white door and the very white sort of built-in 4-door wardrobe thing. So I tend to close it all off. So what I do is shut the door, obviously, wind down the roller blind there, blackout blind. Don't wind it down absolutely completely to leave my wee camera okay, but I wind it down as far as it'll go without hitting the camera. Close the curtains as well. Then on goes the overhead light. There's the switch. This is a smart bulb. It's set to blue at 40% to provide some sort of interesting background lighting and contour lighting. And of course, the softbox goes on. And the other thing I'm doing now is I've got a bounce reflector. This is I think this is 60 centimeters across as well. And the way it works is inside it there's a plastic frame with a sort of translucent diffuser in the middle, and then this has got a cover over it and it's reversible, so there's actually 4 sides. There's white, there's gold, and on the inside there's a silver and a black side as well, all of which give different effects. What I want it to do is to bounce some of that light back this way onto my face to illuminate the right hand side of my face. So what I do is I just chuck it in there. It sort of sits against the MagSafe mount and the iPad stand, and it just stays there and gives me a nice little bounce, putting me in the middle there. So what does it look like when I do all that? Let's take a wee look. It looks like this. Again, apologies for sound outside, but here we are. Good tip when you're tweaking your setup, can be really handy to wear a white shirt or t-shirt or dress or whatever, so that the camera can meter the white balance straight from the centre of the frame without you having to hold up a piece of printer paper. I think I do still have one tucked under my keyboard for that purpose. I could use the light bounce now as well, I suppose. But yeah, here we are. Pretty good contour lighting, pretty good separation. Me foreground from the background. Again, 40% blue back there. I might try dialing that down a bit or brightening up the foreground somewhat, but I think it's a good look. It's certainly more semi-professional looking than I deserve. I don't doubt that I'll continue to play with it, but I'm pretty pleased with how this has turned out so far. Let me know what you think.